This is one of my all-time favorite recipes. It's a real win for the whole family. And I like it for various reasons. Firstly, it's really versatile. You can have falafels cold or hot. You can have them for lunch, for dinner, or for mid-morning or mid-afternoon snack. You can have them in so many different forms. So you can have them on their own with a little dip. You can have them as part of a salad. You can have them as part of like a Greek meze platter, or shove them inside a pizza bread or a wrap, and you can have a falafel wrap. So they are super versatile, easy to make and easy to freeze, which is cool. So you can treble the recipe if you want to, if the whole family likes them, and then you can freeze them in little balls, and you can take out what you need, cook them in sort of like a shallow pan of oil, or you can even roast them in the oven with minimal oil if you're trying to watch your fat intake. But I love the fact that they are plant-based. So they are completely vegan, which is amazing. So not even vegetarian, completely vegan. And they pack a protein punch, which is awesome, because as a vegetarian, I'm often looking for alternatives to meat, like a fricadelle or a meatball, but alternatives that contain high protein and also fiber and all your nutrients. So this is a really, really easy recipe, and one I know the whole family are gonna love. So we start off by using the right tools. And I love my Bosch VitaMixx. It's a mini blender like this. It's got a little chopping sort of side part as well, but we're going to use the Blitz blender part, which is glass, okay? Beautiful, low, very, very sharp blade. So it can even do things like refine oats, which is the first step to the process. So this is how much oats you actually need according to the recipe, but I'm going to do a little bit extra in case you need to make it a bit thicker, because it does need to be the right texture to hold its form so that when you fry it or bake it, it doesn't fall apart. So I'm going to do all of it, and then I'll only use half of it to start, and we can add extra oats if absolutely necessary. Okay, so there you go. Pop the lid on. So you can either press button 1 for sort of just a little bit of a whiz, or 2, which is a little bit more intense. So I'll do 2. So you first do this. There you go. It kind of becomes like a more of a fine powder, kind of like an oat bran. That's step 1. And then I'm going to take out just a little bit, so in case we don't need all of it. Okay, that's enough. Let's keep that there. Keep that aside in case it's too runny and you need to add a little bit of that to thicken it up. Next thing we do is add our chickpeas. These you are just going to use a tin. We don't have to soak them overnight, but just make sure you rinse them thoroughly. Okay. Right, add chickpeas. Whoop, we lost 3. 1, 2, 3. Here you go. Let's add that to the oats and blitz a bit more. So this might take a little bit of a spatula needed. Don't break the nails. Okay, because it's quite dry, so you need to add the chickpeas for some of the moisture. And you might have to do this a few times to get them to go into a nice paste. Okay, so kind of mashed up. Let's add everything else. So we've got your fresh coriander. That smell is just too good. And parsley. All your greenery. Some beautiful red onion. Haha, good for the immune system. Himalayan salt, a little bit of pink salt. This is why it's good to have long nails. And then black pepper. You can use ground black pepper or like this, cumin spice. And let's carry on. Ready, steady, go. So you do have to be a little bit patient. Blitz, push it down, kind of get it away from the blades, carry on. It will take you a few minutes. And then if I look at my mixture here, it's a bit pasty. So I'm going to add a little bit at a time of my oats. And to be honest, you don't have to blitz it in. I think you can stir it in just to make sure that it's not going to stick to the pan. Let's add all of it. There you go. Last little bit. Okay. You can just keep adding your oats until you feel it's at the perfect consistency. But how I make my falafels is I don't roll them because then they're super dry inside. I take 2 spoons like that, and then I take another spoon and I make like a little bolly like that, and then I put it into some sizzling oil, flatten it a little bit with the spoon so it makes like a rounded one. I'm going to show you the finished product, okay, and fry it with not too hot because otherwise it's cold and raw in the middle. So it's that sort of fine line temperature between sort of medium and high, so it sizzles when it touches the pan but not too high so that it burns, and then it's still cold and raw in the middle. However, a chickpea is cooked, so it's not like it's going to be raw. It's just that you want it to be, you know, kind of like heated all the way through, okay. And then if you don't like oily food, at the end you use a little bit of your paper towel, pop your falafels on your paper towel, put another one over, just press gently like that to absorb some of that extra oil, and then you can eat your falafel in so many different ways. I'm going to give you an example. Ta-da! Already done. How's that? Okay, so we have a nice little green salad, your falafel served as your protein, and then a dollop of yogurt, or you could have coconut yogurt, a little bit of mayonnaise, some fresh chives. That would be a really nice lunch. Or you could do it like that. So you could get your nice wraps, like your beetroot wraps, put your falafel inside with some nice coleslaw, cabbage, carrots, a little bit of mayonnaise, some fresh herbs, maybe some cucumber, rosa tomatoes, I mean anything really in your wrap. And there you have a beautiful falafel wrap, and it's different colors. So there's lots of ways of serving falafel, and trust me, the whole family likes them, and remember, they freeze well. So quick and easy to make. Well, just gotta have a bit of patience with the pushing down, blitzing. So you could either use something like the Bosch VitaMixx, or you could also use the Bosch food processor, the one with the nice big wide base. It's also really good for something like this, for making pasty, thicker type substances. A food processor might also be quite good, especially if you're making a bigger portion because you want it to freeze. This little jug will be too small, so then you would need the food processor if you double or triple the recipe. Okay, so there you go, healthy vegan falafels full of protein, fiber, so tasty and so versatile.